Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like there's something about you that sets you apart from the crowd? If so, you're not alone. Many people go through life feeling different, and it can be a challenging experience. But what if I told you that being different isn't just okay, it's actually your greatest strength? In today's world, there's often a lot of pressure to conform. Society has certain expectations about how we should look, act, and live our lives. It can feel comfortable to blend in, to follow the well-worn path that others have taken before us. After all, it's easier to go with the flow than to stand out. But have you ever stopped to consider the hidden costs of conformity? When we try too hard to fit in, we risk losing touch with our true selves. Our unique ideas and talents can get buried under layers of shoulds and musts. We might find ourselves living a life that looks good on paper, but feels empty inside. Our potential remains untapped, and our creativity withers away. But what if we could change our perspective? Instead of seeing our differences as flaws to be hidden, what if we saw them as unique strengths to be celebrated? This shift in thinking can be powerful. When we start to value our own uniqueness, we open up a world of possibilities. Think about the people throughout history who have made the biggest impact. They weren't the ones who blended in, they were the ones who dared to be different. They had ideas that seemed strange at first, but ended up changing the world. Their unique perspectives led to innovations that shaped our society. Being true to yourself is a powerful thing. When you stop trying to be someone you're not, you'll find that you attract people who appreciate the real you. These connections are often deeper and more meaningful than the superficial relationships we form when we're pretending to be someone else. Of course, being different isn't always easy. It can be scary to stand out from the crowd. You might worry about what others will think or say. But remember, the opinions of others don't define you. It's possible to build confidence in who you are, even when faced with criticism. In fact, overcoming these challenges can make you stronger and more resilient. So how can you start harnessing your unique strengths? It begins with self-awareness. Take some time to reflect on what makes you different. What are the traits or abilities that set you apart? These might be things you've been trying to hide, but they could actually be your greatest assets. Once you've identified your unique qualities, think about how you can develop them further. How can you turn your differences into advantages? This might involve learning new skills, exploring different interests, or finding ways to apply your talents in unexpected areas. Creating your own path in life means breaking free from the expectations others have placed on you. It means defining success on your own terms, rather than chasing someone else's definition of achievement. What does a fulfilling life look like to you? What goals are truly important to you, not just the ones you think you should have? When you start living authentically, something amazing happens. You inspire others to do the same. By being true to yourself, you show others that it's okay for them to be themselves too. You become a leader, not by trying to fit some predefined mold, but by being unapologetically you. This ripple effect can be powerful. As more people feel empowered to be their authentic selves, we create a society that's more accepting of diversity. We benefit from a wider range of ideas, perspectives, and talents. Innovation flourishes when people feel free to think differently. Being different isn't just about personal fulfillment. It's about making a positive impact on the world around you. Your unique perspective might be exactly what's needed to solve a problem or create something new. By embracing your differences, you open up possibilities not just for yourself, but for others too. So, if you've ever felt like you don't fit in, it's time to reframe that feeling. Your differences aren't weaknesses, they're superpowers. They're what make you special, what give you the potential to make a unique contribution to the world. Think about the areas of your life where you've been trying to conform. Are there places where you've been holding back your true self? What might happen if you let your unique qualities shine through? It's important to remember that this isn't about changing who you are. It's about becoming more of who you already are. It's about peeling away the layers of conformity to reveal your authentic self. This process takes courage. It means being willing to stand out, to go against the grain. It means being okay with the fact that not everyone will understand or approve of your choices, but the rewards of living authentically far outweigh the temporary discomfort of being different. When you're true to yourself, you'll find that you have more energy, more creativity, and more joy in your life. You'll attract people and opportunities that align with your authentic self. You'll feel a sense of purpose and fulfillment that comes from living life on your own terms. So how can you start this journey towards embracing your uniqueness? It begins with small steps. Start by paying attention to the moments when you feel most alive, most like yourself. What are you doing in those moments? Who are you with? These can be clues to your authentic self. Next, look for ways to bring more of those moments into your life. If you feel most alive when you're being creative, how can you incorporate more creativity into your daily routine? If you feel most yourself when you're helping others, how can you do more of that? It's also important to surround yourself with people who appreciate your uniqueness. Look for friends, mentors, and communities that celebrate diversity and encourage individuality. These supportive relationships can give you the confidence to be more of yourself. Remember, being different doesn't mean you have to go it alone. In fact, one of the beautiful things about embracing your uniqueness is that it often leads you to find your tribe, people who resonate with your authentic self. As you start to live more authentically, you might face some challenges. People in your life might be surprised by the changes they see in you. Some might not understand or approve. It's okay. Change can be uncomfortable, both for you and for those around you. But stay true to yourself. In time, the right people will appreciate the real you. Another challenge you might face is self-doubt. After years of trying to fit in, it can feel strange to stand out. You might wonder if you're doing the right thing. In these moments, remind yourself why you started this journey. Remember the joy and fulfillment that comes from being true to yourself. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Embracing your uniqueness is a process, not a destination. There will be times when you fall back into old patterns of trying to conform. That's okay. Notice when it happens, gently remind yourself of your commitment to authenticity and keep moving forward. As you continue on this path, you'll likely discover new things about yourself. You might uncover talents you didn't know you had, or find that you're passionate about things you never considered before. This is all part of the journey of self-discovery. Stay open to these revelations about yourself. One powerful way to embrace your uniqueness is to use it in service of others. How can your unique perspective or abilities help solve problems or make the world a better place? When you use your differences to contribute positively to the world, you not only find greater fulfillment, but also inspire others to do the same. Think about the challenges facing our world today. Many of these problems require new ways of thinking, innovative solutions that can only come from people who aren't afraid to think differently. Your unique perspective could be exactly what's needed. As you become more comfortable with your uniqueness, you might find yourself naturally taking on a leadership role in certain areas of your life. This doesn't necessarily mean becoming a CEO or a public figure. Leadership can take many forms. It might mean being the person in your friend group who encourages others to be themselves. It might mean starting a project that allows people to express their individuality. Or it might mean quietly setting an example of authentic living that inspires others to do the same. Remember, every time you choose to be authentically yourself, you're creating a little more space in the world for others to do the same. You're contributing to a culture that values diversity and individuality. This is how real change happens, one person at a time, choosing to be true to themselves. As you continue on this journey of embracing your uniqueness, you'll likely find that your definition of success starts to change. Instead of measuring yourself against external standards, you'll start to evaluate your life based on how true you're being to yourself. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you using your unique gifts? Are you making the contribution to the world that only you can make? This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. It frees you from the endless cycle of trying to prove yourself or compete with others. Instead, you can focus on becoming the best version of yourself, not someone else's idea of who you should be, but your own authentic self. It's important to note that embracing your uniqueness doesn't mean ignoring feedback or refusing to grow and change. In fact, being truly authentic often requires a willingness to look at yourself honestly, acknowledge areas where you can improve, and work on becoming a better version of yourself. The key is that this growth is driven by your own values and aspirations, not by pressure to conform to others' expectations. As you become more comfortable with your uniqueness, you might find yourself drawn to new experiences and opportunities. You might feel more willing to take risks, to try things that scare you a little. This is a natural part of the process. As you become more true to yourself, you'll likely feel a greater sense of confidence and security, which allows you to step out of your comfort zone. Every great achievement in human history started with someone who was willing to think differently, to challenge the status quo. By embracing your uniqueness, you're putting yourself in a position to make a real difference in the world. So how will you use your unique strengths? What difference will you make in the world by being authentically you? These are exciting questions to ponder as you move forward on this journey. We talked about the pressure to conform and the hidden costs of trying to fit in. We explored the power of reframing our differences as strengths and the importance of authenticity. We discussed strategies for overcoming fear of judgment and harnessing our unique qualities. We looked at the process of creating our own path in life and the positive ripple effect that occurs when we live authentically. Remember, your uniqueness is not something to be hidden or ashamed of. It's your greatest strength, your superpower. It's what gives you the potential to make a unique and valuable contribution to the world. So I encourage you to take some time to reflect on what makes you different. What are the qualities that set you apart? How can you start to embrace these qualities more fully in your life? What would change if you stopped trying to fit in and started celebrating your uniqueness? These are big questions, and the answers won't come overnight. But by starting to think about them, you're taking the first step on an exciting journey of self-discovery and authentic living. Remember, the world doesn't need another copy. It needs you, the real, authentic, wonderfully unique you. So go out there and be yourself. Your differences are your strengths. Use them to make your mark on the world. As we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with a final thought-provoking question. What amazing things might happen if you fully embrace your uniqueness? The answer to that question is your next chapter, and it's waiting to be written by you.